Hello people, Mongoose here again, and I'm waiting on some bargains coming through from eBay, so I haven't really got any bargains to review, so I just thought I'd do a game that I've been playing a lot recently. It's NBA Jam on Super Nintendo, an absolute classic, and I'll not waste any more of your time, we'll just crack on and play some NBA Jam. Boo shakalaka. So here we are with NBA Jam on Super Nintendo, and as you can tell by this opening music, it's a really fast, heart pumping game, and I think this really sets the mood for the rest of the game. So we'll just jump right on in and we'll have a head to head. Right, here we are at the team selection screen, and using my vast knowledge of NBA basketball and such like, I'll be Chicago Bulls because I knew they were pretty damn good in the early 1990s. So they're going to be good on NBA Jam. Right, here we are, tip off. And let's get cracking. Well, the first thing you're going to notice about NBA Jam, just by its visuals, is how good it looks. It might surprise you if you didn't know much about the game, but you might be expecting a full team of basketball players, but it's literally 2-on-2. That just adds to the action. I think it gives it a real arcade feel. Pick up and play, really fast-paced game. And I think the 2-on-2 aspect of it just really suits that really well. You've only got two people to worry about, and the rest of it's all running and slam dunking, and you've got to love a bit of that. So I mean, great light, graphics, really good at representing what they actually are. And I mean, you can see it's a really good looking game. You've got lots of things. You've got the detail on the court. You've got the crowd, and the depth that it goes into with the crowd and such like. But also you've got the coaches on the side, you've got the commentators, and it all just helps to breathe life into the game, and it makes you feel like you're actually in a really important basketball game, which is obviously what they want to do. I love it when the cameras start flashing when you're up there trying to do your slam dunks, and it freezes time and the cameras start flashing. That's like brings back loads of memories from me as a kid, and just playing this game over and over and over again. But like I say, I mean, it's a game you can just pick up and play. If you want 10 minutes fun on a game, you didn't want to be sat for hours, on RPGs, or spending hours and hours, online playing games. If you just want a quick game to pick up for, half an hour to 45 minutes, just to have a little blast on, this is a perfect game. It's so fast and, frantic, and there's always something happening in it, and I just absolutely love it, and I always have. I mean, what else? The controls are absolutely amazing too. Really tight, responsive controls. There's only a few buttons that you need to use, but they're all utilised really well. For instance, you'll hold the button to stay in the air longer, or in your slam dunks, or you've got a push button there, and it's the end of the first quarter. Yeah, like I say, you've got a push button there for taking the ball off people and stuff. And for two player, I mean, if you've got a friend, you need to play this game two player. Really, if you've got two control pads and a friend round, because then it's really fun. But I mean, just having a go here in the single player, it's still a load of fun, and I can sit here for hours playing on it. But if I didn't have the time, I could just sit here for half an hour and just have a quick bleast, and then put it back. Boom shakalaka. But yeah, controls are absolutely brilliant. You've got a turbo button which helps you run fast and aids you in your slam dunks and such like. And the actual control you can see here zipping up and down and round, and you've got so much range. You can really spin, turn on a penny. You can spin around so quick, and they're really responsive. It's hard to think of many things that they've gotten wrong with the game. It's just an absolute, as far as basketball games go, or even sports games in the 16-bit era, NBA Jam's up there with is one of the best by far. I mean, it was a powerhouse for its time. It was the basketball game. And I think a lot I think a lot of, you know, I'm a football fan, and I remember games like FIFA Street and such like, and they're very much borrowed from these, you know, where you take less of a roster, you know, and less realism, and just make it for more of an entertainment, more entertainment. Oh, and yeah, I mean, it stands up today. It really does stand up today. You know, you can really have a good game of this, and it's really entertaining. So that's NBA Jam for Super Nintendo, and how can I sum it up? Really, it's a fun, fast, frantic game. It's great for two players, just as fun in a one-player game too. You can just spend half an hour playing it, and you'll have just as much fun. Or you could just invest hours and hours into it. You know, it's an absolute classic. As far as sports games go on the Super Nintendo, you could say it's probably one of the best, definitely the best basketball game that I've ever played. And yeah, the 2-on-2 just really adds to the kind of arcadey feel of it, and just makes the game feel faster, and there's less to worry about. What else can I mention? Them iconic moments in the game, you know, when you're flying through the air, getting ready to do your slam dunk, and the camera flashes will be going off, and then, you know, you'll actually hit the basket, and you'll get some crazy 90s bit of jargon. Yeah, those bits are like really, really fun, and they're kind of like the standout moments of the game, and there's a lot of them. I think the helicopter one's my favourite. No, but seriously, NBA Jam on Super Nintendo. I mean, if you didn't already know, it's just an amazingly fun game to sit and just kill a few hours with. So if you're collecting for Super Nintendo, it's not exactly rare. You can pick it up pretty cheap, so I definitely recommend NBA Jam. Anyway, this is the Mongoose, and I'm going to sign out, and like I always do, please subscribe.